Hello, everyone. This
Okay.
is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 30 of Direwolf20's server play series. I am just logging in to find something awfully ridiculous. I'm checking in on my Pure Queen, by the way. Oh, look at this. Look at this, Soren. We've got all kinds of stuff. Our Pure Queen has been
Whoa.
making crystallized aspects.
Whoa.
How cool is that? So we've got some
Nifty.
mutatio. We've got some craziness going on here. That's neat. We're going to have to upgrade that chest. That's pretty cool. I also have an inventory full of junk because I was running around doing stuff off camera. I should probably clean out my inventory before I start recording a video. Who knows? Sounds like a smart thing to do. But, okay. And we've got this guy, and we've got our quarry. I disassembled our quarry that we had. I had left it up for a while. So we have a lot of UU matter. We're getting to the point. I think you guys calculated it's 80 stacks of UU matter needed to make an HP solar?
I think that's what Chicken Bone said.
Right. Okay. So I see here that you got rid of all the cobblestone generators that were sitting on top of the recyclers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Care to let
They're
me
all-
know we need more power. So you've got extracting routers, you've got a mass fabricator that can't keep up with the amount of scrap we've got so far.
Oh, it can't.
It can't keep up. And you've got an insertion, you've got an item tesseract for cobble. Where's all this cobble coming from?
Continue downstairs.
I don't like your tone, young man.
Woohoo!
Oh, that's a lot of things happening.
All in one chunk, filling the chunk.
Filling the
Layers.
chunk. Well, you're not
So
filling the
that's-
chunk until you hit bedrock.
Okay, I'm filling the width of the chunk.
Oh my
So it's
goodness.
512 of these things.
Did you do this by hand?
Yes, I hated every
You
moment of it.
are disturbed.
I was
That's
thinking,
a
I was
lot
like,
of cobble.
you know,
I guess it's more
It
efficient
is.
than a real cobble gen of this size, but
yeah,
Wow.
a lot more server friendly too. No block effects.
yeah. I'm using all the V in the environment, he says. Am I?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no, it doesn't look like the V level is high, as a matter of fact.
I'm in flux.
Can you make it a double chest?
No.
So I want to see, like, apparently this thing, the bee that has the aura bee, like the node bee, actually has a decent range on how far it can pull from. It's very slow, but it's got a decent range. And I think the node used to be here. So where's the node? The node was up there. That's a neat room. I don't think I've shown that room on camera. I think I just actually saw the node, as a matter of fact. It might be in that little room you built.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, look, here. I'm seeing lightning. Yep, there it is.
Nice.
So it's slowly but surely moving that node towards our workshop area. This is a cool room. What's this room
Uh-huh.
for, aside from a
I have
dragon
no
egg?
idea. And there it went.
I thought it was left click that made it teleport, not right click.
And then both. Alright, so while I can tire some mess.
So what you've got is a silly amount of cobble gens going on
Uh-huh.
right now.
So now we can move
And-
that cobble gen wherever.
Yeah, now we can build out our recycler system for creating more scrap, though that's awfully silly. You, sir, are a madman. Just wanted you to, like, know that, right? Okay, I see. You've got 6 overclockers going in each of these things. Okay, so that explains why the scrap production is overloading the mass fab. Now, you said you
Yeah.
made a second HV solar up there?
Uh-huh, and it's right next to the old one.
Cool. Oh, yeah, look at that. 2 HV solar arrays. Nice. We're going to need to think about expanding this thing to the point where it's, you know, not in the ground still.
Probably.
Yeah,
Move
we
it
should
up
probably
here.
like extend them up to the top of the roof or something, so we can build like a big array on the roof of the of our base. That would be cool.
Oh.
Yeah, we're getting to that point where we have silly amounts of EU.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why is the aura so high on flux? I think whenever it moves the node, it's both draining V and it's you know, is our tunnel bore on?
I turned it off a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay, because the battery's all dead. I assumed it was running recently.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there's a little bit of excess power in there. It's starting to build up again. Yeah, so every time this, it's actually the pure B, but it's got the aura node movement thing on it. It's got the, you know, the aura node thing. That's cool. I like that a lot. So it's both cleaning the environment and moving the node, and it supposedly also grows the node for you too. So I need to keep an eye on the amount of growth we have going on, and we'll determine if that's true. I'm pretty sure it is, though. That's neat. That's really neat.
Uh-huh.
Though it's been running for about a day, and it's only moved the node a little bit, so it must be really quite slow. Like, super slow. Because it used to be, you know, way up there. Anyway, I like what you've done with the place.
Thank you.
It's a little insane, but...
A little, yeah.
How many of these cobble gen blocks are there, by the way?
512.
Wow, really?
I told Zelda we need to have a face syncing tool, so like you right click on it and it syncs everyone nearby to the same thing.
Yeah, that's because you're insane and the average person wouldn't build something like that. So no, I don't think they should add that. We're going to build a tool that only one person will ever use. It's for when you want to have 512 cobble gens next to each other. But I like our UU matter production.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. Alright, so what were we going to do this episode? Were we going to make HV solars using UU matter?
I think we should.
I think that sounds like a good plan.
During I spent an hour setting those up.
Yeah. So basically we have plenty of cobble gen going on. We need more, like lots more power.
Oh, yeah.
I see what you're saying. And okay, I'm just still comprehending 512 of those. How long did that take you to make?
Making actually not hard. I set up a little sorting machine right next to it. You want to come look?
No.
Downstairs. Okay,
I don't want to know the madness that is Soren.
4 fabricators. So crafting was easy.
Yeah. So you basically built a similar system, I see. Yeah, you've got your...
It was just placing and setting up after that.
Okay.
I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, you're a little nuts. Just
just a
little bit, like a tad, if you will. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes once we comprehend this monstrosity, and then we have to figure out, you know, what kind of UU matter to solar panel array building machine we can make, because that sounds complicated, but fun. So we'll be back. All right, guys, we're back, and let me just tell you that we have the most ridiculous idea for a solar factory that I've yet to come up with. As you can see, we've got tesseracts up here. Tesseracts are going to fill the barrels that we've got underneath them. So Soren's already gone through and set up frequencies for solar of each type of item, and the tesseracts are going to be fed from a UU matter system that's made upstairs. So basically, here's my thought. It's a multi-staged approach. We're going to have a bunch of different things come together here, and in the end, it's going to be a ridiculous build. But that's, you know, the fun of it. Basically, here's what I want to do. I'm not going to give you guys all the details just yet. I think I'm just going to give you the step right now, which is going to be the UU matter production line. So basically, we want to create a line, probably upstairs on the second floor here, because this floor is getting a little crowded, where we can go and just dump amounts of UU matter, and it's not going to be perfect. Like, the amount of items you get from UU matter is so random and all over the place that there's no way I can get an exact amount of solar panels from a certain amount of UU matter. It's just not going to happen. So what I decided here is we're going to craft the UU matter as best as we can in a sequence that makes a little bit of sense. And then, you know, it's not going to be perfect, but it'll all come down here into the barrels. And then the UU matter, once it's turned into the items needed, the barrels will start to fill up using the tesseracts. So that's the rough gist of a plan. Maybe, sort of, kind of. Yeah, I think that sounds good. So where do you want to build this monstrosity, if you will, Soren?
Could build it in the same chunk.
Same chunk? Just the second floor of it? Okay. So here's where we're going to need to set up multiple lines of stuff. Now, I haven't yet quite decided exactly how I want to go about doing this. Do we want to do sorting machine with fabricators like we did down here? Where we have a sorting machine that can, in a sense, basically pull UU matter out X amount at a time and throw it into fabricators that then create the UU matter? Or did we want to go with the computer-controlled crafter, which doesn't require a sorting machine or any pneumatic tubes at all, really? We would just have to then figure out where to send stuff.
You know I do not know.
I don't know either.
I prefer fabricators just without code, but you could do more with the
fabricators would be larger because you need one fabricator per item, and
Correct.
there's 8 items, so we need 8 lines basically of stuff going on, which wouldn't be too bad. Like, not terrible. Don't get me wrong. Like, that's okay. We could manage it. Or we could do, well, we're still going to need about 8 lines of stuff anyway.
If you can do the code, you can do the computer-controlled crafter.
I don't know.
Lua.
I'm not sure. Let me think it over off camera. Alright guys, we're back. We decided to go the fabricator sorting machine method. So I guess a good first step here would be to get my battery box and a solar panel hooked up to it next to where the sorting machine is going to be. Soren, any particular interest in where we start the input chest here? I guess in the corner would be good, right?
Probably.
Sounds like a plan. So I'm thinking maybe like here, and then we could have the sorting machine here. And we'll put a battery and a solar panel there. That'll work.
Nice.
If you want to go get a full battery or two, we can, preemptively charge this thing a little bit. No big deal. From here, we're going to run out to, I guess, 8 fabricators, right?
Probably. Yeah.
And then I brought with me a bunch of cool stuff in this bag here, for example. You can see I brought 8 paintbrushes. Haha.
Ah.
Yeah, right? I'm just randomly coloring things. Don't mind me if the colors don't make any sense, because they're not meant to.
Oh my gosh, they're edible. I actually don't know the order, so.
Right? Does that look cool? And then from here, we're going to want to pump specific items out. So we'll probably want to have emerald pipes going along the line here, right? And then they will enter the machines that will exist here. And we might have some extra machines or 2. Some might have more than 1. We'll see. And then from there, things are going to reach the tesseracts, which will go like along here. Well, no, we could probably have most of the machines, dumped directly into the tesseract. We'll figure it out. It'll be all good. Don't worry. So I'm going to go get some emerald pipes, Soren. And Soren's working on the machines that we need to do this. The one thing we're going to need, we should probably at least get like an LV solar array up there or something, just to power the extractor or something. We could even throw some overclockers in it.
Oh, yeah.
Since we have a solar factory and all, we might as well take advantage of it, right?
Mid.
Cool. Alright, I came here for emerald pipes, which I don't know if I have. Oh, I have 7! Perfect. That's one less than I need.
Ooh, maybe I have bad sorting techniques. Maybe I have one. Do I? I do not. Said this.
Alright, I'm going to cook up some autarkic gates in the workshop. And YouTube will be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, the work continues. We recalculated and realized we only needed 6, not 8 fabricators. That's actually really good news. The reason for that is we need cobble and glass, and we already have like an automated cobble and glass system here that are getting refilled by the workshop. Soren's silly cobble gen system, which is ridiculous and over craziness. And then glass is being made in a similar but not quite so insane way. So we're going to need a good number of these autarkic gates. I don't think 9's the number we need, but you know, it's pretty close. So I'm actually going to make autarkic gates the priority here. And then once we've got some of those going, it should be pretty straightforward. So basically what we're going to wind up having happen is the fabricators will make the items, and then they'll get pumped out into the adjacent blocks, where they'll get, you know, pulverized, smelted, and smelted again is going to be our refined iron line. You know what? I'm going to go get an energy tesseract and some redstone stuff, Soren, so that everything has power here. Oh, none attuned. That'll work. Alright, I just need 2 of them. And I need silver and lead. And redstone. Energy tesseract, and then we need the conduits. Do you have any redstone energy conduits on you?
I do. I have 10.
10, probably not enough.
So connect all the machines?
I'll make more.
Okay.
Never mind, I had some in my bag. This is going to be pretty awesome, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have to figure out the exact quantities of items we're going to need to make. That's going to be the trickier part, but we'll figure it out, I'm sure. Oh, you're powering them all through the top? All right, I guess that works.
Or
that means we don't have to drill down.
Do whatever. I just place them down in my inventory.
So where's Lemming to yell at us for our excessive use of tesseracts?
I don't know.
I think that would be funny.
He's on TSP, but he's in Lyra's room.
Oh, we should be like, hey, guess what we're doing? Alright, all the machines here are powering up. We just need to power the extractor, which I think we should do with, like, probably at the least we should do an MFE with some kind of solar on top, maybe an LV solar. And, you know, we can just dump the MFE straight into the extractor. And then what we could do is have a transformer upgrade and a few overclocker upgrades. Just so it's nice and quick, right? And then finally we'll need an item tesseract in front of the extractor. Alright, I'm going to go make those things. And YouTube will be back in a minute. Alright, yeah, this should work. How'd you do for overclockers, by the way?
Haven't crafted them yet, but I have a system in the workshop now.
Alright, you want to make like, I don't know, 5 or 6?
Sure.
Alright, the sun seems to be coming up, and as soon as it does, the LV solar array will turn on and start filling up the MFE for us. That'll be good. If we need to upgrade this to an MV, we can. But otherwise, I think we're in pretty good shape. Now it's a matter of getting a bunch of UU matter and tuning up the fabricators and the sorting machines to do exactly what we want it to do. And we're probably going to want this to be in this mode, you know, similar to the way it was before. So let's go get some UU matter and figure out the recipes for each of these nifty contraptions. So we should have a good amount here. I'm just going to get like a couple stacks of the stuff. By the way, Soren, I think we're pretty much just hit 80 stacks, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Alright, so this complex build is going to be the following craziness. So this has to be the iron, right? So let's check out what we can use UU for. Actually, I think
the one with 3, yeah.
I think I wrote them all down. So let's see. Iron should be something like this. There we go, iron ore. And that's going to get extracted by this guy. and then it's going to be put into the pulverizer, which will then eject into the adjacent to be cooked into regular iron, and then cooked again into refined iron, and then output to the solar refined iron tesseract. Cool. All right, next up, we're probably going to want, let's say, copper, which I think I wrote down as this. Okay, that gets us 10 copper dust, which will then get cooked into a pulverizer and then sent down. Oh, that's coal dust. All right, so that should be coal. All right. You know what? Yeah, I know what Soren's doing here. So that's going to be like this, I think. Yeah, there we go. 5 coal. Okay, so that's a pulverizer. And which one did you call this? This should be tin. So that is, I think, that. All right, that gets cooked in a powered furnace. And if that's tin, then this must be copper. Yep. Good job, Soren. You rock.
Woohoo.
Copper. All right, then this guy will have to be the redstone, solar redstone. You can see that. And redstone I wrote down as this. There we go, 24. Cool. And then finally, this is going to, of course, be our resin. And for resin, it's 1 in each corner. Cool. All right, nice. So then we have to come over here and tell it what numbers to put. So for this guy, we're going to want to try and figure out to get as close as we possibly can to balancing the number of blocks. Now, we're not going to get perfect. I guarantee that that's not going to happen. But for example, we can start off with the UU matter. 4 of these gets us 21 sticky resin, which gets us 63 of the, whatchamacallit stuff. Yeah, 63 rubber. And we need 13 rubber per. So if we do 63 divided by 13, we get about 4.8. So unfortunately, we're going to have to round that down, right? Because we can't say 5, otherwise we wouldn't have enough rubber after a few iterations. So let's say we want to make 4 solar panels worth of items on each pull. So for that, we're going to want to send 4 of the rubber down the pink line. Pretty sure that's pink. Cool. And then in order for that to work, we got redstone next. So it requires 6 redstone per solar, and we want to make 4 solars, so that's 24 redstone. So that balances out perfectly. That just so happens to be good. So we're going to want 4 redstone to go down the red line, okay? I think red working backwards is faster. Now, how about copper? All right, we need 6.5 copper per solar, and we're getting 10 out of this. So for 4 solars, we're going to need, what is it, 13, 26? So we're going to want 3 sets of copper. So that will be 9 UU going down the, that looks like dark gray. Follow my logic here?
I'm eating a donut.
Okay, that works too. So basically we're saying we want to make 4 solars, and we need 6.5 copper per solar. So we need 1326 copper. So we're going to make 30 copper. And we're going to have a little excess. But that's okay, because it's all going to be sent to the barrels downstairs, right? So then for tin, we need 4 tin per solar. And we're trying to make 4 solar, so we're going to need 16 tin total, which means we're going to need 2 sets of tin dust, which is 6. So we put 6 in here. And we send that down the green path. Cool. I think that's dark green. And then white is coal. All right, so how much coal dust do we need? 3 coal dust per. So overall, we're going to need 12. So we're going to need 3 sets of the coal. So that's 9 again. Okay, and that's down the white path. And then finally, the blue path. How are you for the overclockers, by the way? We need 10 refined iron, and that's per solar. So overall, we're going to need 40 refined iron. That's going to be the toughest one, actually. That's going to be harsh. So in order to get 40 of these, we're going to need 20 sets of 5. So wow, we need 100 UU matter. That seems crazy. Iron ore is really, like, way off the charts. And the thing is, Soren, we have a lot of iron.
Do we?
Well, let me look, but yeah, we kind of do.
I think that was one of the low ones.
Iron? No, we've got 84 stacks of iron. We've got 5,410 iron.
not the same as this morning. Alright, I got you.
So, like, look at the numbers here. Am I doing this math wrong all of a sudden, or am I right? Like, we need 10 iron, right?
Alright, so you have to multiply by 2 anyways, since we'll get iron dust.
Right. So we'll
Or
get
iron.
4 refined iron per, right?
Hmm.
And, yeah, so what do we need? Let me do this math again. Yeah, we need 50 UU matter for this. I forgot we're pulverizing the iron and doubling it. So basically we're getting 4 iron per. So we need 40 iterations of this. So, no, we need, yeah, 10 iterations of this. Gets us the 40, but 10 times 5 is 50. So we need to send 50 UU matter this way? I don't know,
Wow.
dude. How do you feel about that?
I think that would probably be fine, but that's a lot.
I mean, it's a lot. I mean, we can go ahead and do it, but
Mhm.
my concern here really becomes, like, that's a lot of UU matter all of a sudden going towards iron. Right? I think we can do this a little differently if we want. Let me think about it for a minute. Alright guys, here's the compromise we came up with. We're just going to put a sign here that says, put 50 UU in a light blue sorting machine slot for iron. Cool. And we'll take this 50 UU out of here, and this will skip this line then, and we'll just put it right in there. So that if people want the sorting machine system to make iron for them, all they got to do is put 50 UU in here, and it'll do so. Otherwise, it'll just skip that line. Sound like a plan? So let's test this thing out. Are we ready to run this whole process and see what happens?
I think so.
Okay, good, because before we do that, I need to make, well, let's go ahead and get step 1 done, which is we need 18, 28, and 32 UU matter for this cycle, which is a nice round number. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the UU in there, and we're going to set this guy to auto run mode, and that should run 1 full cycle. Unless I painted this the wrong color. That might be pink. So let me go get magenta. Hold on. All right, let's see if things behave a little better now. There we go.
Nice.
Nice. There we go. Awesome. So it should have pulled all the UU out of the chest and gone back to the front of the line, and then everything's going to auto-fabricate for us. Perfect. Now all I need to do... Why...
Let's turn this off.
What happened to, huh?
It automatically crafted in this one. It pulled whatever was in here.
Oh. It's pulling adjacent, isn't it?
That would be what it seems like, yeah.
Oh. I guess there's no way to turn that off, is there?
You can pulse them with wires, but that gets a...
No, that's not going to work. Alright, so we need to, you know what, dude?
Just make it up one, down one, up down.
We don't need to make this with, well, no, we kind of do want to use fabricators, right?
We can set it up like this. We have the
Yeah.
same setup.
Yeah, I guess we will have to do that, right? Alright, I'm going to need some more paintbrushes. Let's see, what colors did I use? Magenta. I'll just get rid of this thing for now. I'm going to need my paintbrushes back. Guys, we'll be back in a minute when we redo this a little bit. Alright guys, this should solve our problem. Fabricators interact with the adjacent inventory, and that's what happened, is the fabricators were pulling from the adjacent inventory before crafting and doing their internal thing. So, yeah, that was cool. Cool, but also not what we wanted. So, not a big deal. We can make this happen still. Let's, did you repopulate all the UU matter recipes that you moved?
Excellent.
Copper, tin, coal, and iron. Cool. So what we should do then is run another half stack through. So let's do that now. I should have another half stack in my inventory. So let's run it through, and then everything should, you know, behave itself. So like I said, we're going to allow people to choose whether they want to waste a massive amount of UU matter to make iron or not. Right now, it's not using UU matter for iron. Now what I need is one of each of these items real quick. So I just need one of each. We probably should have cleared the inventory of everything just so that it, wouldn't be weird, but I think we're all right. Cool. Why don't we get 5 UU here just for the heck of it? Just so I have the item. You crafting, buddy? That has auto low. Okay. Because now I need to put the filters in, so that's what we're going to do now. So this is coal. This is tin. This is copper. Because we don't want to pull the UU matter out with the filters, right? So that's why we need a filter. We don't want to pull UU matter out of the interface. And this is resin. Cool. And we can put everything back the way it was. Alright. So maybe we clear everything out. Well, let's let everything run real quick. And this will kind of clear everything out for us. So all I'm going to do is put this on the pipe here and say redstone signal off, energy pulsar. And that should start pulling items out and sending things elsewhere. Cool. There they go. Awesome. These new logic gates are the best, by the way. They are so cool.
Alright.
So, I mean, that's not bad, right? And then, oh yeah, this guy also needs the same thing set up.
Oh yeah.
So if we go downstairs now, we should see plenty of stuff happening. All these numbers are starting to go up, I presume?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, look at that go, huh? Nice. Yeah,
Rubber's just going crazy.
What's that?
Rubber's just going crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of rubber in there. I wish there was a way to increase the speed of the thermal expansion machines, just because, like, it would be better if we could overclock and use industrial craft machines, but then we need a lot more, pipes and gates and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is more efficient from a space point of view, but not from a time point of view. I mean, it's not bad, but it works, Let's see, is anything else gummed up? See, we've got a lot of tin and, even more copper going here. That's my concern. But, well, we don't have that much tin. I think it's because the system ran so much and overloaded. So we're going to actually let that get cleaned up.
Really?
Right.
Tins. Didn't I even output it?
What's that?
Did I place tin?
Yeah, we did tin.
There's ejecting from the inventory there.
No. Oh, it's the wrong kind of tin.
Oh. Right. Forgot about that. Okay.
It's the wrong kind of copper, too. Where'd the copper go? Isn't it the wrong kind of copper?
It is. There we go.
Yeah, copper's not going anywhere either. I'll get the copper out. We can change that up if we want. Okay, cool. There we go. Cool. So did you take care of tin?
Good now.
Nice.
So much stuff.
You can use the thalmic thingy or let's relocate this thing. Well, we can leave it here. The forged lexicon is over here. You can transmute it if you want. Alright, so I just want to do one more time testing the system. I want to make sure that everything's nice and balanced and even. I also want to see, like, see, dude, tin's still going, but we had a silly amount of tin. We really did. We'll be back in a minute, guys. Alright guys, we're about to the wrapping up point here, but all the outputs have been cleared, everything's ready to go again. So again, I just want to see how long it takes to clear out a whole stack of the UU matter stuff. So throw half a stack in, and we should get enough to make about 4 solar panels, right? Now next episode, we're going to have to come back and make an auto-crafting way to extract out of the barrels into the auto-crafting system, but I think the highest number of items we get is copper, is that right? Or is it tin? I think we had a huge amount of tin because of it just happened to be tin that got overloaded on things. We didn't have that much tin really. Copper is a pretty high number, I think, that we get. And the resin's high, but that's being, overclocked, so that's fine.
Yep.
So we're doing okay here. And remember I said we're fueling the iron manually, so we're not going to worry about that. So that's actually not too bad. What are we thinking here? Maybe 30 seconds? Like I said, it was definitely copper that's the worst offender.
We get 10 copper, so that's 25 seconds.
Okay. You know what we could do if we really wanted to be ambitious, because copper is just such a high amount?
Place 2. Yep.
Yeah. And just, buildcraft mechanics, I think it would evenly split between the two. Not perfectly even, but, randomly evenly split.
Yeah.
But still, the thing is, we can't just go throwing, here's the problem, right? We can't go throwing, 6 stacks of UU matter in here, because it's going to create more copper than it can handle very quickly.
Yep.
So we're going to have to think of a solution to that pretty soon. So how about we work on that between this episode and next, see if we can come out with a way to process this stuff faster than we already are. What I'm thinking is, I don't want to use industrial craft machines to process it, because while that would be much faster, it would require, different power system up here and more piping. Well, not much more piping if you really think about it.
No, not really.
Not really. The worst offender would be the iron. We need silly amounts of gates and wooden pipes and stuff for the iron, but we're not really processing that for real anymore. So we could switch this stuff out for, industrial craft machines if we wanted to, and it wouldn't be too bad. We could have induction furnace, and, macerator with a bunch of upgrades. Maybe we swap that out between this episode and next, and then come back next episode and show that how it works. What do you think, Soren?
I think that's possible.
I mean, we already have a LV solar up here, so that shouldn't be too big of a deal. We could probably upgrade this to an MV solar pretty quickly, just because now we're going to be powering more things.
Yep.
So, alright, YouTube, we gotta wrap up. So this is Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, next episode we'll come back, maybe have industrial craft machines here, induction furnaces, plus pulverizer with a macerator and upgrades and stuff like that. And then what we'll do is, assuming everything goes well, maybe we will work on some more stuff. I want to build a system that can automatically pull the right number of items out of barrels into the chest here, and then the sorting machine will pick up from there. So basically, I want to have something that we can, say hey, I want some solars. We've got all the ingredients here in barrels already, so then we're going to craft from the barrels. That's the plan. How am I going to do that? Well, there's about 20 different ways to do it, but I've come up with a pretty good one, I think, and it should be a lot of fun to build. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, like I said, and we'll see you next episode. Alright guys, take it easy.